Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Wisdom for Life with the Wisdom Queen. Today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite topics, purpose. So last month, Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, after winning the Super Bowl, made a statement that resonated with so many people that it went viral. Responding to a question at a press conference about his success and overcoming criticism, he said, I had a purpose before they had an opinion. And the wisdom in that answer cannot be ignored. I had a purpose before they had an opinion. And the reason why I think this statement resonated with so many of us is because all of us have been at the other end of people's opinions. And opinions are nothing more than judgments without facts or experience. Opinions are objective because most times when opinions are made, they are void of the full picture, the whole truth, all the facts, the experience. In other words, I don't know life from your context, and you don't know life from mine. But in spite of that, we draw conclusions. Everybody has an opinion. But hear me good. Opinions are never a threat to purpose. So, what is purpose? Indulge me for a minute. Purpose is the reason for your existence. It answers the question, why am I here? And your purpose explains your life. Your purpose explains your personality. Your purpose explains your gifting, and it even explains those things that bother you, that irritate you. Your purpose preceded your birth. What do I mean? Consideration was given to the problem you were created to solve, and then God created you with the stuff you needed to solve the problem. So you mean to tell me that I'm an answer to a problem? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Jeremiah 29:11. Let me prove it to you. It says, before I formed thee in the womb, I knew thee. Forethought. Psalms 139 says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Both of these verses speak of forethought. So God was thinking about you before you even entered your mother's womb. And he knew what he wanted you to be and do. He knew the lives that would be positively impacted and influenced by you. And then he sent you to earth with everything you needed to fulfill your purpose. And this is why the detractors, the distractors, the enemies, the frenemies, and the haters exist. Because their biggest fear is that you would come to a full revelation of who you were created to be. Their biggest fear is that you would leave that all too familiar comfort zone and walk and live on purpose. Because everyone has a purpose, and their purpose is to distract you from your purpose, to cause you and I to become weary and dumbed down and not show up in the world as our full self. But in the gospel, according to Jalen Hurts, you had a purpose before they had an opinion. Now, here's a note of caution, because this is where I think we get tripped up. We have to be careful that we don't become distracted with the journey of purpose. Because purpose is not linear. It's full of ups and downs. It's full of highs and lows. It's full of setbacks. It's full of fumbles. It's full of dropped balls. It's full of situations that challenge our confidence, that make us question ourselves. And in the journey, we are seemingly removed from the set place, and we experience moments of vulnerability. We seem sometimes to be going in the opposite direction of where we know God wants us. In this journey, that sometimes test our faith in this journey, we need the social courage not to conform to the expectations of others, but to boldly do what we were put on earth to do. Because while they have an opinion, you and I were born with and for a purpose. And nothing can stop our purpose without our permission. So leave them to their opinions. Let them have it. Because here's the thing. It's the best thing I'm going to say all night. When you have knowledge, you stop trying to reason with ignorance. That right there is worth repeating. When you have knowledge, you stop trying to reason with ignorance. So leave them to their opinions and rest knowing that opinions don't change facts. All right. Your uniqueness will come under criticism. But hold on, because their opinions will change when they witness your fruit. Jesus speaks of his purpose in John chapter 18 when he says, "To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world." He had a purpose. He was walking in purpose, and that purpose included criticism. People that didn't believe in him. People that didn't like his power. People that didn't appreciate his influence. But on the third day, we see his fruit speaking for him. Because people's opinions will change when they witness your fruit. Because you can never argue with fruit. And when I say fruit, I'm talking about the manifestation of what you've been doing. I'm talking about who you are. I'm talking about the results of your hard work, all the hard work you've been putting in. That's what I mean when I say fruit. So remember this, your fruit speaks louder than your words. Your fruit will always speak louder than your words. Okay, knowledge, wisdom. The knowledge is walking in purpose invites criticism. The wisdom is knowledge absorbed is knowledge, knowledge applied is wisdom. So how do we apply wisdom when we know that our purpose invites criticism? We leave them to their opinions and we let our fruit speak for us. And we understand that I had a purpose before they had an opinion. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share this video with as many people as you can. Help your sister out. And thank you for tuning in, and see you next week. You had a purpose before they had an opinion.